Hello?
Jan, this is Maxwell. I have good news. I managed to get your rescue team airborne.
About time.
Believe me, I am as impatient as you for your safe return. And how is your cargo?
Rapidium? It's safe, don't worry.
Good. And your altars? Are there many of them?
Why so curious?
You think it's none of my business? It will be, sooner or later. You should know I've been busy too. Testing the waters, as they say, about the possible fate of your potential crew after you come back.
You mean you still haven't told anyone?
It's too early, Jan.
Why?
There's one thing you need to understand about those people. No one makes it to the board of a corporation for being nice. It's an award you get for putting the interests of stakeholders before anything else. Which boils down to being a passive opportunist with no moral center.
But I don't get it. My altars are in the interest of the corporation. I had to make them to bring back Rapidium, right?
Yes, but they're also a liability. Imagine an uncontrolled leak to the public, moral outrage on socials, competition taking over the narrative. Heads would have to fall, Rapidium or not. No, we don't want them to panic.
And whose interest are you protecting? What are you hiding, Maxwell?
You got me there, Jan. I am hiding something quite embarrassing. An idealistic dream.
What about?
Remember when I told you about our lives being governed by chaos?
And how we struggle to find a meaningful pattern in it.
You are experiencing it clearly now, aren't you? Well, ever since I learned about your discovery, I keep thinking about Rapidium as the opportunity for us to stop being slaves to chaos. That is why, contrary to the members of the board, I will sacrifice everything to protect your mission.
Feels good to have somebody on my side.
Thank you for your trust. Let me tell you something in return about myself. You see, the career in management wasn't always what I had in mind for myself. I used to be a geneticist, preoccupied by scientific work, exciting, promising experiments.
So, the old research Lucas dug up.
Yes, it was mine.
You were responsible for all this. The mine records, the branching.
It's never just one person, Jan. But yes, I was in charge of that project.
What did you want to achieve?
I can't say any more. I'm sorry. Not now. Not on this connection. For the very same reasons I had to discontinue my work. And this is where it gets tricky. Because if anyone from the board finds out what we've done together, they could get the wrong idea. If you know what I mean.
That you're experimenting again?
That I'm using the situation to turn things around for myself.
Aren't you?
That's quite a harsh accusation, considering the mess I've got you out of, Yana Dольskого.
Okay. I get it.
So it's just between me and you. And I have to warn you, it may get harder for you.
Harder? How?
Well, there might come a moment when the interest of your alters, at least some of them, will differ significantly from yours.
Are you trying to scare me?
I just want you to prepare.
For what?
Tough decisions.
That's very cryptic.
Well, it's the best I can do. Remember, we're both in uncharted territory. Lucas is working on establishing the most convenient rendezvous point. He'll dispatch the coordinates to you as soon as he's found a good location.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Take care, Jan. It's going well. Just keep it up, and you'll be proud of yourself.
Okay, I've got us a guitar. Now, what do we want to play? How about something from our old repertoire? We had a few hits up our sleeves.
For crying out loud, can't you just let it go? Do you really want to sing something a 16-year-old version of yourself wrote?
Huh. People liked our lyrics, but yeah, I guess they didn't age well. But we had some sick tunes. How about this? We could use one of our old tunes, but come up with new lyrics, something fresh and relatable to, well, our audience.
And by audience, you mean?
Us, obviously. Let's write about us. What do you think, Jan?
I don't know. I was never much of a writer, so I guess that means none of us are.
Oh, come on. We can do it together. Share our experiences. Just pour our hearts into those lyrics. Oh, that's how true poetry works, man.
What exactly would you write about?
Like I said, something relatable. We should write about us, our crew. What unites us, what divides us. Right. We could have a few verses about things we lost along the way. And I could sing something about things we really want to get back from the bottom of my heart, you know? Sounds like a plan. I'll take the first verse. You, Brainiac?
What about me?
What's your subject of choice?
You're not gonna leave me alone, are you?
Nope. We're in this together.
Fine. Give me the shortest part.
And what'll you sing about?
Quantum mechanics? What else? Let's add some meaning to this pointless activity.
Okay, then. Jan, your turn. You take the second verse. What are you gonna sing about?
I could sing about all the things we've been through.
Well, that could work. You could start with something like, on the path I left behind.
How about I made choices that were not always right?
Yeah, but I'm no longer left all by myself. Together, we can win this fight. All right, looks like we've got it. Oh, sweet.
Let's just get this over with.
Come on, even you can take the stick out of your ass once in a while.
Okay, here goes.
Growing up apart, we shared surprisingly common ground, feeling nothing more than regret. Till the coin got flipped around. Things never said in quantum state now won't remain unspoken. The clock is unwound, the choice is unsound, could now reopen. What if I gotta spend a day with you again? Of all the things that I regret, it's losing you that truly hurts. If I could take another turn, my life would never be the same. If I could get another chance today. On the path I left behind, I made choices that were not always right, but I'm no longer left all by myself. Together we can win this fight. Things that we lost, the personal cost, are they really gone forever? We're not gonna fail, we need to prevail and sail together. And though it seems now anything could be undone, would you be really missing things if they were never truly gone? If I could take another turn, my life would never be the same. If I could get another chance today. If I could take us somewhere now, let us win this race against the sun and find a place where we could hide tonight. But I gotta admit, did we stop again? Are we there already?
The base seems to be a bit wobbly. Are you sure we're not moving?
More like alcohol intoxication has wreaked havoc on your vestibular system.
My what?
We're not moving. Something has to be blocking our way again. The navigation readings are curious.
Curious. In what way?
I don't know exactly, but something's distorting them.
Okay. Nothing cures a hangover like taking a walk. Wanna go and check that thing out, Jan?
distorting gravity around here. We need to think of a way to deal with it if we want to push on. What is this? A new anomaly?
Honestly, been better. Yeah. I need to replenish my electrolytes. Would be easier if we had any isotonics left in the storage room. Someone must have got to them first. Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. My lava lamp? You kept it? Sure. It's one of a few cool keepsakes from our childhood. Yeah. Mom and I like to sit by it in the evening, talking and joking. It reminds me of that period when life was challenging, but also really fucking great. Hey, you feeling all right? Yep, yeah. Just a little dizzy after last night. I don't think I ate enough fatty foods. Not that we have any in here. Could have made more pierogi. Hey, you feeling all right? I think my metabolism of glucose might have been affected. I'm finding it hard to concentrate. That's exactly what I feared. This party was premature. Hey, I took a closer look at our obstacle. It looks like something is distorting the gravity field around here. Good thing our base stopped, or we'd just be floating around in the air like those rocks. Amazing. The sheer scale of it. I wonder if it's related to the interval. There's no time for that. We need to figure out a way to move on. Well, there's no way you'll find a solution if you don't study the problem first, is there? Okay, I get it. What are we looking for then? We'll need to start by collecting more data about the field distortion characteristics. The base should have blueprints for a device called a gravity sensor. Once you craft it, it needs to be placed somewhere high to cover as much ground as possible. We're in a canyon, right? So maybe a ledge somewhere high up would be good. I'll mark potential spots on your map. Okay, I'm on it. You're never gonna believe what I found. Let me guess. A time-distorting anomaly? What? How did you know? Well, considering the presence of this huge gravitational anomaly in this area and Frankov's calculations, I expected you to stumble upon one sooner or later. As you know, differences in gravitational potentials create the effect of time dilation. So, I just connected the dots. You could have done it as well, had you taken the time to stop and think. Ever heard of smartest in the room syndrome? No need to get upset, Jan. Just tell me more about the distortion. Well, when I got inside this thing, it just, slowed me down while all around you time seemed to speed up? Yeah. What a discovery, Jan. This is just getting more and more fascinating. Well, it's pretty hard to get rid of. The closer I get to its core, the more time I lose on the outside. Yes, but you're also approaching the center of its gravity, which means that the core should slow down and be an easier target. Huh. Interesting. I'll think about that. Thanks.
Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next? How are you? Hey. You feel... Oh, man. I fucking... the fuck? Did you just chop your arm off?
What's it look like? A fucking prank. I had to get rid of it.
But
Because it wasn't just in my head. It was real. Real pain, and I ended it. Like you could.
I'm done here. Should I do this now?
I haven't seen them behave like this.
Should I go there next?
Jan, there's an issue we need to discuss. Let's meet.
I knew there was something wrong with her. I saw it. And I didn't do anything. Wait, what the hell happened to her? What does it look like? She's gone. Molly's gone.
What? But why? I mean, no, that's not possible. There was never any problem with her.
I came to see her like I did every day, and she was just lying motionless, cold and stiff.
That's just unthinkable. Such an innocent little being. At least her life had meaning. She will be remembered as the first living organism ever to be created with the use of rubidium.
Now it's just us.
Whoever poisoned her is gonna pay for this. Poison, aren't we getting a little too emotional here? It was just a specimen, a test result. Why would anyone try to kill it?
Ed, really? If Molly was just a specimen, what does that make us?
Well, we're not monsters, so go easy on the accusations.
You can say what you want. I'm not letting anyone touch my drink, just in case.
Let's just decide what to do quickly and get back to work. This is taking too much time.
You know what's the best thing about sheep? They're humble.
But let's bury her with honors on this godforsaken planet.
No. We can't do that.
What?
Don't you all remember what they said at training? If any member of the crew dies for an unknown reason, hit it.
Member of the crew?
She was a live being. We should find out what really happened. We owe it to her.
And it's a mandatory procedure. Let's perform an autopsy and see what... All right. I won't argue with procedures. Wanted to discuss something? Yeah, can you believe it? At a moment like this, we can't afford to have unproductive crew members on board. Not much we can do about it now. All we have to do is something. I could fit him with a prosthetic arm. That's a great idea.
Don't get beside yourself. It's a standard procedure in such cases.
Of course, I'd need a little time to tweak the details. Just assign the task to me and I'll know what to do. Have no doubt. If we want to meet our targets, we'll need a miner on top floor. I discovered something new. An anomaly that seemed to be pulsating. Pulsating? As in shrinking and yeah, and it seemed to have two cores inside. I suppose
Find me when you have a moment.
What if she died because of something?
You wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, our one-armed friend. I've heard the scientist wants to give him a prosthetic arm to make him more productive.
Yes, it's the miner's job to be useful. We don't need idle crew members on board.
Wow, you're already starting to sound like that nerd.
Such as,
Well,
yeah,
oh sure, so that the miner can just cut it off again? And what if he doesn't?
I know he felt that pain. Shh. I can't. All right. Poor bastard. I